everyone, welcome to episode 91, part 3 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. As usual, remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Demiwa Duffield.
And I'm Naro Kamuya.
So as usual, start off usual. Start off with EPL, match day 7. West Ham. Yes. Beat Man United 3-1. I think that was the shocker of
the match day 7.
Match day 7.
Yeah.
Obviously even we didn't think that was going to happen. Manchester United had more shots on target, but conversion rates. Then Huddersfield lost to Tottenham 2-0. Arsenal beat Watford 2-0. Man City beat Brighton 2-0. Basically dominated in all facets in that game. And Chelsea drew to Liverpool 1-1.
Of course, West Ham versus United is all that has shocked everyone. But the problem at United is mainly because I think this dressing room tension. There have been talks about Jose Mourinho and Paul Pogba having a tiff. And when you have your club captain and the manager not on the same page, then it always translates. I mean, bad vibes always translate onto the pitch. So I think that's the biggest problem, and that's why everyone got shocked this weekend. I met someone over the weekend, and they're telling me, "Hey, United na choma bet." Everyone expected that United was going to win.
Everybody,
Huddersfield Spurs, I think we predicted that. Arsenal, Watford, we predicted that. Man City versus Brighton, we predicted that. And Chelsea versus Liverpool, I think we said it was going to be a draw. It was a very entertaining game. Liverpool showing their class this season. Excellent goal, a belt of a goal from Daniel Sturridge. It lived up to its billing. It lived up to what guys had expected it to turn out, and it was a very good game. They shared the spoils, but I think both teams can go home feeling happy.
And so we move on to match day 8. So this is just a preview of what we think may happen. So Tottenham, Cardiff City, 80% on Tottenham, 7% on Cardiff. Man United versus Newcastle, 65 on Man United and 13 on Newcastle. Fulham versus Arsenal, 20 on Fulham, 58 on Arsenal. Arsenal's always around 50. They might win. Then we've got Southampton and Chelsea, 18 on Southampton and 58 on Chelsea. And then the last one is Liverpool versus Man City, where 39% is on Liverpool and 35 is on Man City.
I agree with Spurs versus Cardiff. I agree with but United of late. Anyway, I still agree with what they've said. United versus Newcastle, Fulham versus Arsenal. I think the reason why they normally predict just above the 50s is over the years Arsenal have been the erratic team. United are taking that title now. Southampton versus Chelsea, I do agree. Liverpool versus Man City. The reason I do agree is because Liverpool are playing at home. Both teams are playing very well, and they started the season very well. But the reason why I do agree with the prediction that Liverpool might win this game or have a better chance of winning this game is because Liverpool are playing at home. And
so Anfield,
Anfield is just a fortress for Liverpool. But at the same time, they cannot write off Manchester City. And Man City might just come on guns blazing. But any Pep Guardiola coached team, I would not write them off.
Well, you've got to wait till match day 8 to see.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll have a shocker on that day.
That's true.
So we move on to the Russian Grand Prix. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Hamilton, Bottas, Vettel, Raikkonen, and Verstappen.
Hamilton. Hamilton. It's this guy is opening up a serious gap. And Sebastian Vettel, the only chance if you ask me in my books, unless something drastic happens.
Like he does not finish a race.
He does not finish a race. So I don't see Lewis Hamilton relieving his position at the top of the standings. Sebastian Vettel will need Jesus first. And he'll need a very good performance.
Like Jesus take the wheel?
I like that. But he'll need serious intervention for him to be able to mount a challenge against Lewis Hamilton. But all in all, it's not over until the Fat Lady sings. The season ends in November. So, I mean, just keep at it, Vettel. If you ever listen, just keep at it. You never know what's gonna. Good luck. On the other hand, I think the overall standings: Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and Valtteri Bottas. And then the constructor standings. That's the teams. For those guys who don't understand, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull Racing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had the Ryder Cup start just a few days ago.
Yeah.
And that's basically Europe versus USA, and everyone then the rest of it. Anyway, so basically more people are focusing on Tiger Woods and his resurgence.
Yeah.
So what have you got to say about his performance?
I mean, Tiger Woods won the Tour Championship in the past week. That was his first victory in the last 5 years. And the reason why it's a big one is because Tiger had a slump post 2010 when he had scandals and he had a slump, and no one ever thought that Tiger was going to come.
Yeah, no one thought he'd come back from that, actually.
No one ever thought he was going to come back from that. And I remember watching a clip over the week where each and every sports commentator, yes, they were being sympathetic because it's Tiger Woods, but everyone said that Tiger's days were done.
Yeah, like that's it, we're not going to see him at the top again.
At the top again. And what I've read about Tiger and what I've watched from Tiger is you hear that his competitive edge, he's so competitive, they compare him to Michael Jordan. And for you to be compared to Jordan from a competitive standpoint, then you're hella competitive.
Yeah.
And in that video I was watching, it's Tiger watching videos of people making comments, and he's just smiling. He's saying, look, I think that's his fire burning in him. So he got his win last week, and everyone thought that going into the Ryder Cup, then Tiger would be the one to help US win the third in a row.
But that was not the case.
It was not the case. Europe won the 2018, or won the 2018 Ryder Cup, and as such, they've blocked the US from completing a hat-trick of wins. At the same time, they've blocked the US from winning on European soil since 1993. So kudos to Team Europe.
Yep.
I'm sure it was a tough one, and I'm sure, but I can imagine the ratings, man, for Ryder Cup because of Tiger.
Yes, oh my god.
Because Tiger pulls a lot. I know of groups in Kenya that go to watch golf outside Kenya because of Tiger Woods.
I mean, he just looks like the type of person who'd pull a crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tiger Woods.
It's Tiger Woods. So, yes, while we're happy, or everyone is happy he was able to register his first win in 5 years, I'm sorry, but Ryder Cup was not going to
Nope.
Yeah, Ryder Cup was not going to be that for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, well done to Europe.
Yeah.
So we move on to our bonus segment.
Yeah.
And the question is football penetrating the US market? I feel like you've got your American football, you've got your basketball, you've got your baseball, you've got your ice hockey.
Yeah.
I refuse to call it hockey because I know field hockey as hockey.
Yeah.
So yes, you've got all those, but then you've got football.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
what they call soccer.
Soccer? Yes, that. So I mean, over the years, yes, we have seen football's popularity increase in the States, which is interesting because in Kenya, in your international schools, football is very big. But, even in girls' teams. But anyway, so I'd like to know your comments on this. I mean, we did have, since the, I think it was 1994 World Cup, you saw, more sort of popularity, in football. But I feel like it's growing, yes? However, what do you think?
First, FIFA deliberately moved or had the US host the 1994 World Cup because they realized once they're able to penetrate the US market, then it's a lot more money. It's a lot more money for football.
Yep.
So this journey started in 1994. It didn't start recently.
Yeah.
Shortly thereafter, there was the formation of the Major League Soccer.
Yes.
The MLS.
Yes. In 1996, I think.
Exactly, which is a league in the US. And so the MLS has been in existence for the last 20 or so years.
Yeah, and they started off with 10 teams.
Yeah.
And then up to 22, I think. So,
exactly.
Very well done for them.
So that's the first thing we need to realize.
Yep.
The second thing we need to take into account is, while the men's team has not really been famous, the women's team has really been on top. Them and Japan, the US, Japan, and Germany have been the three teams to dominate women's football around the world. I remember when I used to stay up to watch, the FIFA World Player of the Year, and the women's you'd always have Maya Hamm, Birgit Prince from Germany, Marta from Brazil, who just won again. Then Maya Hamm left, and what was the new one? Abby Wambach came in, So the US have always been at the top from a women's football standpoint, right? So that's another reason why I think it has been growing in the US. Third, there is a stint in which the US produced stellar players, the likes of the men's team, that is. That's Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, DeMarcus Beasley. They had very good goalkeepers in Brad Friedel and Tim Howard. And that was able to improve the profile of the US, because the US were always getting into the last 16 of each and every World Cup because of this cohort of players. So that's another reason why I think football has been able to grow in the US. The next thing, and I think this is the second biggest reason why, is David Beckham.
That is what I was saying. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, when David Beckham went to the US in 2007 to play for Los Angeles Galaxy, suddenly, because of the appeal that he has, everyone started focusing on MLS, and he was there about the same time with Robbie Keane. And then shortly after Becks went, Thierry Henry was there, Andrea Pirlo has gone, Steven Gerrard has gone. So there've been a couple of high-profile players. Unfortunately, they're normally going to the tail end of their careers. But there's a group of high-profile players who are moving. Wayne Rooney is there now. In the US, they're going to max out their last years. So that has also improved. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's in Los Angeles, that has also improved the profile of the US. But the biggest reason, I think, is because the second largest, or rather the largest minority in the US is the Hispanic community, the Spanish community, and because of Latin America and the Spanish influence they have, and football is their language. That's all they do. So they've been able to move that, and generations have come, and therefore you're able to pass that over to your kids, and your kids start playing football, and it's grown in the US. So that's the reason why I think football has grown. And also, US being as capitalist as they are, they have realized if you don't join the football bandwagon, then you're going to be losing out from a money perspective.
Definitely.
So the US have done that, and they've done that very well. And of course, the internet age, and guys are being able to access all this stuff from outside. So yeah, I do feel like football is growing in the US. Like, I've been told by guys who've been there during the World Cup. I think there's somebody who was there, who was in New York during the 2014 World Cup, and he was telling me how the bars would be flooded. Guys are just watching. Even this particular World Cup in Russia, where the US were not there,
people would actually be there watching football.
It is growing, and guys have to accept that.
I mean, there's a few surveys that have been done here and there, and popular leagues that are watched are EPL, UEFA, Champions League. So definitely growing.
It is growing. That one we cannot hide from it.
So guys, give us your comments, suggestions, anything you feel that we might want to talk about, anything you're interested in. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Dumima Duffield.
And I'm Naro Kamuya.
See you next week for episode 92.